Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you to all my subscribers and to my new ones. I thank you, Jesus, for all my viewers and all my subscribers. It is just so amazing. So in today's video, I thought I would show you from start to finish how I remove the copper from these motors. So this first one, it's about 5.5 inches wide, and we're looking at 3 inches tall. These two motors are basically identical. They're both, let me see if I can get this in shot, about 3.5 inches wide. Same with this one. This one is a little bit taller than the other one. So these two, I am going to be cutting the crowns off the top in the traditional way with an angle grinder. And then this one, I'm going to be using my machete. Okay, so let's get to work and cut some stuff. So here I am at my station where I will be cutting this in half. Got my safety glasses. Let's get this thing apart. All right. There's that half. And that half. All right, now for the other two. Hey y'all, I'm outside at my workbench here. I don't like to cut things inside, makes too big of a mess. Just let you know, I'm turning down the volume in this segment because the angle grinder is pretty loud, so there's nothing wrong with your device. All right, let's get this thing cut. Okay, there's that one. Let's get this one cut in half. Need to set it up a little higher in my vise. There we go. There it is. All right, back to the work. All right, welcome back. Now it's time to get the copper removed. So I'm using this broken screwdriver here as my pry bar, and I just stick it under here, and then I rest this edge on the other side, and I start prying up. It's really tough. You can see It's bending here, but it's just really tough. So what's happening is all this string has bound it all together. So I'm going to take my knife with this hook blade and I'm going to cut all this string off. I'm not going to bore you with that, so I will be back in a second. Okay, I'm back here. I got most of the strings cut off. I figured I'd do the rest on camera. Just getting under there with the hook knife, cutting these strings. And there it is. Get those strings out of my way. Okay, so now when I pry, see, that's what's happening. I'm able to just pull up this bit rather than trying to pry up the whole thing because it was held together with the strings. So I just work my way around, lift up, and pull. Yeah. Kappa, baby. And there it is. So that's pretty easy. All right, let's do the other small one that I cut the top off with the angle grinder. Set that in the vise. Get my pry bar. Might need to use a little smaller screwdriver. It's hard to get under there. Oh, this one's really stiff. Really stiff, wow. So, another thing that you can try is you can flip it over like this and get yourself a punch and just work your way around. That punch is just a little too big. Yeah, this stuff is stiff. Yep. It's not moving. If you've ever done a motor before, you know exactly what is going on. So, like with the other one, I'm going to cut these strings off, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Okay, I am back. I got all the strings cut, and now I'm just gonna, prying this a little bit, I'm trying to break up this plastic green coating that you can see. I can do this and maybe break it and then pull that garbage off there. Okay, that's much better. Now what I'm going to try to do is, so this winding goes up and then it comes down, I'm going to try to actually just pry that away, get my screwdriver under there. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Tighten that a little more and get my heavier duty screwdriver. And it's still really stiff. You wouldn't think such a small motor would be so stiff, but it does happen. So, yeah, that's really tough. So what I like to do is flip it over and get a screwdriver or something thin and remove a few layers. As much as possible. It can be a little tedious, but as I remove layers here, I am removing some of everything that is causing tension and making this difficult. So, just layer by layer, just like that. I'm not going to bore you with watching me take layers off, so I'll pick this back up in a minute. Okay, welcome back. So I have removed 7 layers right here, and I'll do just one more Just using my side cutters, it grips better than pliers. And I'm just kind of rolling it, and there it is. Okay, flip this thing back over. Clamp it down real nice. And let's try again and see if it helped. Not quite. I think what I need to do is try to pry out a little bit less at a time. There we go. Give that. Wow, that's really tough. Yep. So, let me turn it back over and see, maybe punching it might help now. Yeah, that's going down. There we go. Get my hand out of the way. Just kind of going around and around here. Bit by bit. Almost got it. Okay, let's see what we got now. Yeah, it's looking way better. Removing the string helped a lot, but removing some of the layers, it also can help. So now that I got most of that up, I can just pry around, just work around. Who would have thought that that big motor would have been stiffer than this small motor? You just never know. I think it's just all about how they wind it when it's being manufactured. We almost got it. Just do a little wiggle and tug, and there it is. Okay, now let me get this out of my way. Here's the one I cut in half with machete. Now, if you remember, this was very similar to this, but this was a little taller. So you would think, okay, it's going to be just as tough as that one. This, I'm going to show you, this is why I like to cut it in half with a machete. Because now I'm just dealing with two halves. And I got less steel to have to pull the copper through. So, get under here with my screwdriver. Wow. That was easy. Get the other half. And there it is. I love the machete. To me, it just works so well. Plus, the machete doesn't make a mess like the angle grinder. All right, let's get some weights on this copper. So I'm gonna head you over to the scale. All right, to the scale we are. Turn this thing on. Got some zeros. Put my aluminum tray down. Hit the tare button. Now I'm going to load up my copper. There's a little bit of it. There's that one. Here's the crown from the first one. The second crown. And then all the other little copper bits here. Let me just finish getting this in the pan here. Now there is a little bit of string still on there, but it's not going to throw off the weight that much. I think y'all will get the idea of what kind of weight we're looking at. I did clean up some of the plastic. Okay. There's the pile of copper from those 3 motors. Set that down. Let's have a gander. There you are. 5 pounds, 3 ounces. That is sweet. I'm very pleased with that. I hope you all learned something. Let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. And I just pray that God will bless you wherever you are. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.